April is Autism Awareness Month, and a recent report from the CDC shows that autism affects more children than we previously thought. Areva Martin started the Special Needs Network to support local families who are dealing with autism and other learning challenges. And Areva's here. We're going to talk about some big events that are coming up this month. And you mentioned that today is World Autism Day.
Yes, it's World Autism Awareness Day, and it's just a day that organizations around the country recognize individuals living with autism. And there are awareness-raising activities, fundraising activities, and just, a way to bring the community together to raise awareness about the growing number of kids who are being diagnosed with autism.
And we just mentioned that CDC study, 1 in 68, and that's way up from just 2 years ago.
Very startling report, Sandra. 1 in 68 children and 1 in 42 boys. And the CDC report says there's been a 30% increase in the number of kids who have autism. Now, my son Marty, who's on the autism spectrum, when he was diagnosed, it was 1 in 160. So you think about going just in about a 10-year time span from 1 in 160 to now 1 in 68. It's just amazing. And organizations like mine, we can't run fast enough to keep up with the growing number of kids who are being diagnosed.
And of course, behind those numbers are the families, and many of them just struggling to find out what this means for their family and where do they go from here. And that's where your organization comes in.
Yes, Special Needs Network has been working on the ground in Los Angeles and really throughout the state of California, raising awareness, impacting legislation, and providing direct support for families. Because you're right, what does it mean to get the diagnosis? Then you've got to get in gear to actually get services, both health services and educational services. And that's where Special Needs Network steps in, fills a tremendous void in the county, and provides family with primarily support and then intervention services and advocacy training, because so much of it is about how do you get those services, and learning to advocate is so key to that.
For many families, just knowing that you're there and that there's somebody who cares is a real comfort, and they can get involved. They can find out what you're all about. You've got some big events coming up this month.
This is Autism Awareness Month, as you mentioned, and we do the largest free two-day conference for families who have kids with autism, ADHD, learning disabilities, and a range of emotional and developmental disabilities. It's a free conference, starts Friday, April 11th, and then a full day on Saturday, April 12th. Workshops, free lunch, free breakfast. On Friday, we're going to have the mayor, we're going to have the county supervisor, Mark Ridley Thomas, Senator Kevin De Leon. We're going to bring together elected officials because we want to have a conversation about, how do we improve the lives? How do we improve the educational outcomes for kids who have a diagnosis of autism? How do we get them diagnosed early and close a disparity gap? Because we know African American and Latino children are diagnosed 2 to 4 years later than their peers, and we want to do something about that. And when we bring the entire community together, we can find solutions. So we're excited. The Tools for Transformation Conference coming up April 11th and 12th.
Next weekend. All right, Areva,
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for what you're doing. Again, the Tools for Transformation Conference. It's next Friday and Saturday. Experts in medicine, education, and other areas are going to be there. They're going to be speaking. The event is free. For all the details about locations and times and information about the Special Needs Network, just go to our website. It's kcal9.com. You can click Seen on TV.